What's going on? Welcome to HDiiTV. You're now rocking with your boy. So Memphis played yesterday, game one. They were in OKC. At first they came out good. Everything was copacetic. Guys making plays, moving the ball. Jaren Jackson couldn't get in the rhythm. And OKC is a team that if you can't get no shots off or play any good defense on them, they're going to pick you apart. Shea went off. The Williams brothers went off. Jalen Williams in the starting lineup defensively did a great job on Ja Morant. Kept him from getting to his spots. Kept him from really putting his mark on the game. Shout out to Chet, man. Chet's physicality on the defensive end against Edie was very impressive. Blew him out. Game two is going to be closer. I don't think it's going to be a blowout in game two. I think game two, Memphis is going to come and play. And Memphis still could come and take the series, but take that. But I got OKC winning in 5. I don't see this series. If this series goes 6, I will be very surprised if it goes 6, because I have no idea, what Memphis team will get. Now, if we get a Memphis team that comes out and gritty, they push Shea away from his spots. They actually play good defense on him. He'll get his. They're gonna give him his foul calls, because they're going against Memphis. So he's gonna get away with some stuff. So they got to keep their head. Ja and them got to keep them together. Bane has got to stop shooting these crazy shots. If you're down, the best way is to go to the basket, attack the mid range. Going to the 3-point line is not going to get you back in the game, because your team is not a prolific 3-point shooting team. You're not. Jaren Jackson, I think, has improved this year, but he's not a 3-point guy. You mainly see him either on the low blocks or, around the elbows. Zach Edey has got to dominate the middle. That's the only way that Memphis could even dream about getting something done. He's going to have to play the middle. He's going to have to dominate it. He's going to have to get the rebounding. He's going to have to get a lot of things done on his end. He's a guy who's young, so I expected him not to do that well in game one. I think he'll be fine game two. But this is what's going to really hurt Memphis is the bench. Their bench is not messing with OKC's bench. This is why I told everybody why OKC is dangerous. OKC has a bench. Like, they have depth. Usually the team with the most depth is going to usually win. Then you got a go-to guy in the starting lineup, and it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And he can get his shot anytime you want, and he can facilitate. Chet Holmgren is back. He's healthy. His length on the defensive end is very key. He'll be a good rim protector. His length is going to bother Zach Edey, even though Zach Edey's a little bit bigger, stronger. But because Chet's athleticism, Chet also could stretch the floor by shooting a 3. So he could pull Edey out of that paint, and it'll be clear, smooth sailing for SGA and Williams and whoever off the bench. Luguentz Dort, his defense is going to be key this series. He did a great job on Bane and Ja and whoever they brought in, Scottie Pippen Jr. He did a great job. Shout out to him, man. His defense continues to get better each year, So I like where they're headed. I like the direction. I love what they're doing. It was a blowout. Like I said, I got OKC in 5. I just don't think Memphis has enough to beat them. Memphis don't have a bench. If they had a bench, then I would be like, okay, they'll win this game. Like, they can at least keep it close. When they went to the second unit, that's when the game blew apart. was when the bench came in the game. When the bench came in the game, it was over with. It was over with. It was done. And then people just, he just didn't, it was done with. Like, people didn't really come to play off the bench. So Ja tried something, but Ja's game, Ja don't have a game that could bring you back in the game. He has a game that if you're winning, then you'll be able to hold the lead. And then defensively, man, they just got smoked. There's nothing they could do defensively. It was just like, yeah, we're here. Now what? To me, the new coach for their team, he should have called a couple timeouts. He didn't call enough timeouts to get their head back in the game. He let OKC just go crazy from the three, and it really messed them up. It really messed them up. Really messed them up. So, that's something that I feel kind of hurt him. So Memphis has to get a rhythm. They've got to get Jaren Jackson going. If you can get Jaren Jackson going, then I believe they'll be fine. Like, he has to get involved. Zach Edey has to get involved. You've got to get their big. You got to get their front court in foul trouble. You got to attack Shea. You got to be on the attack. You got to mainly get to the basket, potentially get to the free throw line. You got to get to the middle, get to your spots within the three-point line. Bane should be the only one really shooting a three, or Jaren from the corner. But if it's not working, you got to get to the basket. You're not going to get foul calls. So if you get fouled, just deal with it, get up, and just keep playing. That's all you could do. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he did great, but it really wasn't him. It was just the supporting cast. The supporting cast, stepped up. His teammates stepped up, carried the load. All he had to do was just score here and there, play some defense. That's it. And they just blew him out the water. So shout out to OKC for taking game one. Memphis, you better do some soul searching, or y'all are done. So thank y'all for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if y'all do love what you hear, you can donate to the page. You can go to the description box, hit the link to the Cashapp, or you guys can super chat. And if you're new here, you can subscribe and then hit that notification bell to select all so you can receive upcoming notifications, and you can share it. You can share this to anybody, So thank you guys, man, for your support, man. And I will see you in a few minutes. I'm finna make the the recap of the Orlando Magic game. Oh, man, I don't want to talk about that game, but I got to talk about my team. So I'll talk to you guys and gals later. I'm out. Deezy.